There's been a shock WWE title change. Seth Rollins is the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther kicked a man's face off. I'm meaning to talk to you about that, Gunther. You might want to lay low for a while because you're probably wanted for murder. And Jimmy Uso proved blood is thicker than slightly less related blood, turning on Roman Reigns and sparking Bloodline Civil War. I'm Ollie Davis. Welcome to the WrestleTalk news review of WWE Night of Champions 2023. Before we get into the review though, I'd just like to ask you all to subscribe to WrestleTalk and make sure notifications are always set to on, unless you don't want spoilers. We've got loads of videos coming up on the Bloodline Fallout and AEW Double or Nothing, and subscribing is the best way to make sure you get them first. Also, another disclaimer. I watched Night of Champions with a crowd of 82,169 at our WrestleTalk watch-along party who reacted to things like this. And this.
Walter! 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 Walter!
And this.
Come on!
Oh, a super kick from Jimmy! A super kick from Jimmy! So to Roman Reigns!
It was a pretty special and amazing atmosphere. Thank you everyone who came out to join us, and I think it added a whole extra star rating to every match I'm about to discuss. The Premium Live event opened on the final of the tournament to determine the second best in the world. Third if you count Roman Reigns as two separate people, AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins to become the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion. This was one of the more predictable matches going in. Not that the action wouldn't be awesome, it's Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Of course it's gonna be great. More in the predictable way that it's hard to get really fully excited when one of the participants winning makes no administrative sense. This is a title expressly designed for Raw, and AJ just got drafted to SmackDown. But it's not like WWE haven't done crazy swerves just for the sake of it in the past, and the match being placed as the opener made it feel a bit more unpredictable. The watch-along crowd felt the buzz in the air and mostly got behind Styles, me included. But that's how good Seth Rollins is. Despite him being the predictable choice, despite me absolutely hating his obnoxious gimmick, within 10 minutes of solid wrestling and a brainbuster from AJ on the ring apron, I found myself cheering for Seth. Rollins continued the match psychology, tweaking his knee on a dive outside, letting AJ take over in the slightly heelish role, working over a body part. It led to some excellent spots, like Seth's leg collapsing while trying to hit a stomp. It wasn't all perfect. There was a weird sequence where Seth stomped AJ's hair, which AJ didn't know whether to sell or not, so he somehow did neither. But the final pedigree trading sequence was terrific. Seth ultimately won in the predictable but right move. Triple H presented the belt afterwards for the winner of the best pedigree, as it's also the World Pedigrate Championship. Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch followed that up with a really entertaining match with a great finish. Trish was awesome, hitting every variation of a Hurricane Rana she could muster. In the ring, off the top rope, through the ropes outside, on the plane home. She is both a Hurricane Rana type Pokemon and also somehow a better wrestler now than she was in the Attitude Era. She should have remembered her type though when she tried a submission spot later, attempting a sharpshooter because she is Canadian. Which Becky reversed into another Canadian move, the Walls of Jericho. The finish came when recent NXT call-up Zoe Stark emerged from under the ring and hit Becky with her Z360. Trish followed that up with a Stratusfaction for the win. Not just a good heel finish that furthers the program, but a great pairing that will hopefully quickly elevate Stark up the card. And for the blood red cherry on top, Becky finished the segment with a busted open nose, smearing the viscous liquid over her face. And you know business picks up when Becky gets a busted open face. After a renowned spiritual figure Brock Lesnar told Ali to get a life, WWE played a video package of Ali visiting Mecca. It was really well done, totally at odds with the loser gimmick Ali has had on Raw over the last month. Turned out to be one of those classic cases of WWE resetting a character the week of the show for the location they were about to be in. Usually that often fails and smacks of insincerity, but because Ali and Gunther are so freaking good, it was really effective, and they went on to actually have my match of the night. Gunther is a perfect wrestler. He didn't take a single bump for the first 5 minutes, well over 50% of the match. Gunther didn't take a bump for almost 5 times as long as the whole of Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. It was similar to Zelina Vega's showing in Puerto Rico at Backlash, with Ali getting even more of a chance to shine in his comebacks, even hitting his 450 and, at one point, a crazy walking powerbomb. It all just seemed to power Gunther up, though, with him booting Ali off a springboard in the best spot and winning with 2 vicious lariats. This was awesome. My only criticism is it's a shame there was no proper story going in, and Ali wasn't built up as a credible opponent. If WWE had invested in Ali, this could have been an excellent emotional match, as opposed to just a fun one in isolation. I thought Bianca Belair versus Asuka was the least best thing on the show. They wrestled fine with Bianca's gymnastics and Asuka's charisma, but it never got away from just feeling like an uninspired repeat of their WrestleMania match. Oh, who shall we have Bianca beat this premium live event? Let's just do the same thing from 2 months ago. It was pretty tedious and, well, until it really wasn't. Asuka missed a miss spot. Asuka missed. She missed the mist when Bianca ducked, but Asuka had another trick up her sleeve, or should I say, mouth, because she misted her own fingers. So when Belair hoisted her up for the KOD, Asuka gouged Bianca's eyes with the finger mist, leading to an Asuka win in one of the most surprising upsets of the year. Nobody, apart from Dan the Truth Layton, on our end saw it coming, but it was right there. Bianca had recently passed a milestone that made her the longest reigning women's champion of the modern era. Triple H only cares about getting on the long reign leaderboard. He has no use of your reign once it's reached number 1. And the crowd had already started to sour on her the previous month in Puerto Rico. Belair either had to turn heel or lose the title, and everyone was very happy that that title went to Asuka. Here's a clip of just how surprising that moment was on our watch-along.
Asuka got the mist in her eyes with her hand.
Oh my God!
Asuka has kicked her head a lot.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What the hell?
Oh my God!
What?
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Everyone is woken up! What?
Oh my God!
Just as awesome was the next match, where Rhea Ripley absolutely brutalized Natalya, throwing her into 2 sets of steel steps and hitting a riptide to win. Dominic's overjoyed celebration for Rhea was several times longer than the whole match. Happy birthday, Natalya. Yes, that actually happened on Natalya's actual birthday. I love it when you can feel the joy of the wrestlers coming through in their performance. Dom and Rhea having so much fun together, it's infectious, and it makes them amongst the best acts in all of wrestling right now. If I take the whole losing at WrestleMania decision out of this, as it would have been way better with Cody in the championship, I think Rhodes versus Lesnar feud has been really well done, particularly in presenting Cody as a smart babyface as opposed to a dumb one risking his injured body. Because Cody geniusly turned his big disadvantage going in, a broken arm, into his biggest weapon, a titanium cast, which, doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you think about the doctors clearing him and proposing that as an option, but this is sports entertainment. And after a brief tour of Suplex City, Cody got on top, casting down blows, which Brock sold by turning increasingly brighter shades of the color red. We then entered the big move portion of a Lesnar match, always my favorite, where Cody kept doing crossroads and Brock just kept locking in the Kimura on the broken arm. He seemingly held in one forever in an amazingly dramatic spot. Like Seth in the opener, Cody is such a good worker at match psychology. He makes you invested into cheering him, even if you don't actually like him because he is actually Homelander. But the adversity ruled in the end. I now think Cody should fail a Money in the Bank cash-in. Quiet, adversity, don't get ahead of yourself. As Brock locked in the Kimura once more and Cody passed out from the pain. Crucially, he didn't tap, meaning both characters and us as viewers still want to see a rematch. The main event was a bigger deal than I realized. Not just because of the Bloodline implosion, but also because Sami Zayn was wrestling in Saudi Arabia. I'd been a bit cynical in the lead up to that, with Sami's Saudi show involvement being such a charged subject since they started running there, where it's been reported Sami hasn't been welcome on those shows because of his Syrian ethnicity. So for him to suddenly be on one, it felt complicated. But he came out here in the main event visibly emotional in Saudi dress. There was a tangible passion in the arena, similar but different to that other great fan reaction for him in Canada. For all the WWE PR bull S-word speak of being on the forefront of change, this touched me in a way I wasn't really expecting. Oh goddammit, Triple H is even good at sports washing! The tag match, of course, was awesome. Over 25 minutes long, it had all the slow-pacing twists, turns, and star power of every Roman Reigns match you've ever seen. And when he shared the ring with Zayn, it was electric. But the finish is what we're all here for. Rudy Charles didn't just take a ref bump, he took a ref death when he got struck full force by an errant Roman spear. This let the Usos run in to take out Owens and Zayn. So far, so Bloodline. But then Sami ducked, and Jimmy and Jay superkicked solo, and Roman was pissed. Roman started shoving the Uso brothers in the face, bullying them, intimidating them. He's pushing Jay, humiliating him like he has done for 3 years now. When suddenly, it wasn't Jay who turned, it was his brother Jimmy who super kicked Roman in the face. "I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago," he said to his confused and conflicted brother. "I got you." Another super kick to Roman. Jay didn't know what to do. It's a wonderfully nuanced depiction of an abusive relationship within a pro wrestling storyline. Even now, even after Jimmy broke the Roman spell, Jay still can't muster up his own courage to leave. Instead, Jimmy ushered him out as KO and Sami hit their finishers on Solo to win. What an incredible swerve, but one that makes perfect sense, with Jimmy finally standing up to Roman instead of Jay. This brings the Bloodline saga right back to the HBO level quality we had before WrestleMania 39 Night 2, and I cannot wait to see what happens next on SmackDown. WWE Night of Champions is 96%. Now go watch Adam Blompier's fantasy booking of CM Punk's AEW return. I know you've got Adam right there, the king of fantasy booking, but I'm a pretty good fantasy booker myself, so I would do CM Punk coming back in a tag team with his dog Larry.